Oh, stretching. Let's see. Gameplay. Make sure I'm on the right scene. Make sure we're doing the right thing. Just getting back to doing what I do, which is build. I like how this came out. I like how this little thing came out a lot. And all we're seeing right now is whether or not I'm going to keep just kind of editing the vanilla villager halls, except for like the vanilla one doesn't really ever have like two-story. Like some do, but like none here have the two-story ones, and I definitely want some elevation. And I'd like to see if I can't do some like those little like medieval, almost apartment style builds. We can get some height in here. And I need to decide how we're gonna handle being along this cliff, because I don't want villagers or anything yeeting themselves off and up into here. Do we just leave this open so that opens up to them wandering off into a place where they're likely to get killed? Or do we wall this off? And if I wall that off, how do we do that, you know? Cool. All right, so let's see. Greenhouse is probably going to go over here towards the field. I think I like the idea of the field being over here. We can like put some flowers over here, because we're not going to have the dock here like what was originally planned. That's not happening anymore. It's actually going to be over here. And if we're not going to have a dock there, I guess let's hop into survival. Let's hop into the survival real quick. We'll see exactly what this is over here. That'll better inform what I need to do as far as walls, gates, city stuff. Make this look like it makes sense and to keep everyone safe. It needs to do both. It needs to make sense and actually be somewhat functional. Ugh. That first login is always spicy. Alright, so free cam right here. Pew. Alright, so there's a couple of different ways we go about it. And I think what makes sense is take this thinnest part. It would be a really big city though when we're done. I did really like the idea of this big aqueduct towers right here. Bubba would like to join me. Give me a second, guys. Alright, my fat cat's handled. Let's see. I like Black Knight. Hey, I didn't see you in yesterday's stream. Welcome, welcome. How you doing? It's been a bit. I feel like it's been too long. Are you just popping in between Phasmo? Thanks for the redeems and thanks for checking in. Look, I got this little friend yesterday. He's so cute. And right now, all we're doing is we're checking to see where do I want to end this city. You're lurking. Fair enough. You love him? Thank you. That's okay. Because I've decided we're not going to put a dock here. I'm not putting the dock here like I was originally intending. We're actually going to cut out all of this here. And this hill right here is going to go away. I think that's going to look pretty rad. I've got it up in creative. It's already good. And we're just going to take the water line here and we're going to flood out all the way to here. So even if this is all like just kind of becomes one big waterfall, I don't really care about under here too much. It's just going to become water. That won't matter. And we're just going to concentrate up here. I can do it? Well, thank you. Enjoy the lurk.
Frogdolph the Green Wizard followed your channel.
Frogdolph the Green Wizard, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. We're just doing some creative building as I test out or I figure out what we're going to do for our first big city here in Cottage World. This is a solo series I've been working on the last few weeks. About a month, 2 months? About 2 months. So I know up here, this is pretty easy. Once that's cut out, this is all kind of, can just be wilderness. And then we just do like a big city gate type thing right here. And that protects the city. That makes sense. This is kind of one, like, this entrance to the city, and it bridges over to here, and I'm going to have some buildings down here into the dock area. This is all going to become dock, but it's over here Makes sense? Yeah. It's over here that I'm just trying to figure out where am I going to put walls. And Dino, welcome to the stream. How you doing? I know a lot of you guys are probably popping in and out while they're doing Phasmo. Definitely, I appreciate y'all lurking. I appreciate y'all hanging out. If you're still watching them, enjoy them. You're in the Artisans? I are in the Artisans. Yes. I was going to be doing some... I'll be with the Artisans tomorrow, actually. Did I schedule something over? Am I really dumb? I gotta see if I made a small scheduling error. In which case, it's fine. They'll just have to start without me, and that's okay. No, I'm fine. Yeah, tomorrow, then, I'll be with the Artisans. Going to start Oppenheimer? Nice. Very cool. I haven't actually watched that yet, so no spoilers. I think there's something about an explosion, but I'm not sure. Dino, real quick before you go, I'd love to get your opinion. This border of the city before it meets the forest. Tomorrow's the anniversary. It do be tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow's the 1-year anniversary. Not technically of when the server started, but it is the 1-year anniversary of when the first episodes ever went out. So we're using that date. But the new, I know. Let me think. I think if I do kind of like a seawall right here and have it right in here go up and straight across. Now, granted, doing the wall all the way up this elevation might be a bit of a pain, but up and across, and then we might shave some of this cliff down to make this a bit more steep. That would look kind of cool. You're going to be lurking? Not a problem. But that would be cool. And I think that's what makes the most natural sense. And that's going to be like the big part of the defenses part of this build. So that would cut everything here and have it go up here. I think that would look the best. And then we can either carry that seawall in and see how we end up building the dock over here and this kind of like gruffer undercity part as we get up into here. Love the new video. The effort. Ah, thank you. Yeah. The Cottage World ones are a little weird because it's all OBS. I really liked that cut with me going across the ocean. I think Halcyon actually timestamped that one in her comment. And I want to try to play around with more of that. I've got free cam, and you can actually do multiple camera angles with free cam and jump back to it. And you can set it up to where you can still move around when your free cam is there. You can turn off that your character's just stationary. So I kind of want to play with this a little bit and see what I can do there for small shots, some transitionary shots and things like that, especially when we're on the water and I'm just sailing with the wind anyways. Yeah, I'm going to be playing with a little bit of that cinematography with what we can do with just OBS footage. A bit. I think that's the play. Follow the curve on a seawall and then have it go up into an actual wall up there. The boat came out nice too. Thank you. Yeah, we're slowly getting to where we can build it up. I reached out to Robin because I figured out why I was having such a tough time figuring out what all I can automate. So in normal, standard, create, and I think that's all we have. I don't think we have a whole lot of the create supplementary stuff. I'm checking. No, it's create, deco, copycat, Steam, and Rails. That's all we have. So I'm going to add some of the extra stuff. Not a whole lot. I want to try to still keep it true to what Robin either has or might have. But there is a create... What is it exactly? I don't want to get the wrong name. There he is. Ultimate Factory. Create Ultimate Factory would actually allow me to automate the creation of Tough. So we can make a Tough mine that never runs out. I don't have to worry about actually ripping apart the whole world or anything. And then Tough is great because if I wanted to do like... Tough is great because when you start crushing Tough, it becomes a lot of other things like gold, iron, things like that. What's good? Nothing. No, everything. We're all doing good. How are you doing, Snapping Cracker Pop? Thanks for the redeemed spook, but I know I'm not fighting the Wither right now. So yeah, I talked to Robin. He said he's gonna look at it. It is just adding recipes, so it shouldn't break anything in the game. And Yeah, we'll probably add it. But if he says no, he doesn't want it, then I might hold off. I'm split. I'm going to go ahead and jump back over to the creative since we got an idea. I'm split because I want to be able to automate those things so we can make, you know, cool builds and stuff. And I would like to be able to do it because we can make builds around those farms to help. And that's how I best build, is if I have something there and a reason to build it, that's how I best build. So like we can do the stone quarry right here, just have this just be a stone mine. That makes a lot of sense. But our precious minerals and gems, maybe that comes from over here. Fly. Over here, this mine shaft. And maybe that's so we want to build something in create for that. And that's you started your Gothic building era. Ooh, very cool. I'm excited to see it. You can see here, I went ahead and updated Axiom finally, so I have the modeling tool once again. So I filled in this hole that's here. We're gonna fill in the hole that's over here the same exact way. And by fill in, I mean it's literally a single layer of stone. But yeah, well, we got that. And then I used the sculpt tool. And if we come over here, you can see this is what it looks like. Nope. If we come over here, you see this is what it looks like as it is right now. And I used the sculpt tool to carve out here and to carve out here. And then we selected all of this and deleted it. And that's why we're now back over here. Keen Ebopal, thank you so much for the follow. I don't know why TTS hasn't kicked in for that, but thank you for following. Thanks for hanging out. You posted it in my Discord. Let me check that out right quick. Gen Minecraft. Ooh, yes, I saw you talking about this in one of the other like 4 servers we share. I'm hyped. I'm hyped to see that. You and I have talked about some tower ideas I've had. Feel free to build off those ideas, but I'm excited to see what you do here. It's mega. It's hard to know because of scale. God, scale. I swear, like, I didn't think I made this house over here all that big. I'm zooming around too fast. All that big. Look at it. Nice house. And it is still significantly bigger than any of the vanilla stuff. This, by the way, dripstone. It's all drip, except for this granite right here. It's some cut granite from the Create mod. The rest of this is dripstone from Chipped. I love it. Dripstone is such a nice looking block when you don't have to worry about just the one messy texture. I really wish we get something like this. Already at 200 blocks? Nice. Very nice. Yeah, I'm going to... when the artisans start talking about Season 2, one of the options I'm going to bring up is potentially getting a data pack that increases our build height. We might look into that. Because we like... A lot of us like building at scale. We like having that space. So, and there's some really crazy things out there. So, and since we all build with Bobby, the only real downside would be a lot of us do currently rely on entities, signs and stuff like that, kind of like with this. Has a lot of signs. But it's okay. But I think Color ran into that. He had some builds where he was using like signs as trim, and like the moment you got like more than 30 blocks away, it wasn't nearly as good. Signs less like yeah, we have a lot of mods like that, so I decided a wall here, and then it goes up here, and it's just gonna be like, I guess, like one big wall. Does that feel? I guess that feels kind of realistic for a city, and that's kind of what I've been mulling, because I think a wall here, but I didn't want to do like one big wall around the whole bloody thing. That's also just a lot. I think one big wall up here, and then we can shave down these cliffs to make it look, and then we can just put a tower at the end. That kind of goes in the cliff a little bit. What are we doing now? Concept. Since I'm waiting on Robin to let me know if I'm even going to be building all of those mines, or if I'm only going to get a cobble mine that I can turn into just iron. Because if I jump back here, I want to make sure I give you guys the right information. So that the Create Ultimate Factory, it's the Create mod. My progress is built. This is how I'm measuring progression. I'm not measuring it with gear. So getting that out of the way. Because yes, with the Ultimate Factory, you can build an automated diamond and netherite. Like you can actually just build machines that just mine those out for you. What's the other house? I'll let you know in just a second. I'm so happy Quackbot decided to show up. But right here, you can see that 16 cobblestone. You can't see. I'm sure. So like, you can crush down, make tough, but tough can be broken down to make. I'm trying to look for it. Oh, I think it's because tough can already be broken down. Never really got into that. Yeah, and that's what I ended up like. I figured that was the case with Robin as well, is that nobody had gotten far enough that they were like, oh, we're missing some stuff. Because if I do iron, if I do an iron nugget, I should be able to get that right here. You see crushing, any of these. Oh yeah, I can't set up farms for Crimsite or Ozarine, which I want to do, and I can do that with the Ultimate Factory mod. This is a tough. Tough gets you any of these. You have a 25% chance, or you have a 25% chance for flint, and that's 10% for gold, copper, zinc, and iron nuggets. So any of these you can get from making tough. So you make tough, and then you pump it into a crusher, and you can actually set up farms for all of these ores. And I think that's super good. That's a great way to like explain all four of these. So I could do a cobble farm down here, or stone, or whatever, or we just close this up. Honestly, we could just close that up and let the mine be over here. Big profit. Yeah, exactly. And we do that over here. I'm kind of vibing our fantasy playlist right now. Gives me that medieval vibe that I'm kind of going with here. But this is so cool. And we don't have to build. We could actually build to create contraptions underneath. We have this mine shaft, but we could also... There's nothing stopping us from taking this shaft here and just opening it up right here and building a mining camp right here. Some cranes and stuff. Let it go straight down as an elevator. And then down at the bottom, that's where we build our create contraptions. The money may need the resources. Yeah, exactly. And like otherwise, I'm reliant on just going out and getting all the Ozarine and everything. But I'd rather set up a create farm with it and then use that to come and build up the rest. Because there is so much Ozarine, we're doing Ozarine on the roofs. I do still think I liked your idea of the jungle and coloring things. I am purposely keeping things simple right now, just because I don't want to get overwhelmed. This was, and we'll just jump right over here real quick. It was just a vanilla leatherwork. The blue block, I can with that add-on. I'm very much just I've already talked myself into getting it. I'm just waiting to see if Robin's gonna say no or not, so I know if he's gonna add it to his own. Or you know what I might do is still add it to mine as a part of the test. I'm balancing how much of Cottage World I really want this to be. I don't want to deviate too much, and I've already deviated quite a bit using Axiom and everything. But yeah, if you walk into here, like this is just a leatherworker's house, a vanilla one. So all I did was expand it here. I made it bigger. I added the same kind of roof we had up there. It's now it's got, like, I love using trapdoors as walls. We probably could have also just used wall blocks, but I like the trapdoors as well. They're much thinner. Yeah, because this would have been a bit thicker if we used the wall blocks. Already part of it. I agree. I don't think it strays. A lot of the Cottage World, as much as I've been enjoying it, John, welcome to the stream. As much as I've enjoyed Cottage World, a whole lot of this has just been a test for World Forge, so that I can get an idea of like how I want to build it, what I want to do there. Having Create and having Axiom have been huge. I know Create just got a big update. I don't know if that's still 1.20.1 or if it's in a version with flashback. I'd actually love to know that real quick, because Create just got a really big update. People were excited for that. I know you're not seeing my my desktop right now. Give me just a second. So Create, let's see, we do that, and then what's the earliest for flashback again? Versions. The earliest for flashback is, yeah, 1.21. I think, ooh, no, 1.21.1. For NeoForge, so not for Fabric. These are all Forge? Those are all Forge. Oh, create fabric. Let's see. Yeah, I think it's still just 1.20.1. Boo. But having access to Axiom is like big. Totally forgot about that. Yeah. I don't think I can do create with flashback, but at least having Axiom would be is like the big necessary thing. So a lot of the creates, a lot of are definitely Axiom. I do really like the whatever mod has added all of this regions unexplored. I do really like regions unexplored. I didn't think I was going to go with it, but I've liked it a lot. So I'm going to see if regions unexplored plays well with tectonic, which is the land generation overhaul one. That's how you get those big, beautiful mountains and everything. If those two play nice together, it'll probably be that. And then, honestly, I don't know a whole lot more we would need. I don't know if I would do ones that add a whole lot of new mobs, just because that can be a lot. Adding stuff like all the Young's mods, so like what we've seen with the, like, I love exploring the mine shafts. Guns, yeah, yeah. Maybe not. Well, yeah, no, we would have create, and create has a potato gun, so there you go. I like the Young's structures, but I don't know if I would like keep it. If I would do that, because for me that kind of takes away the reason to build if you already have those structures. Like their big enhanced nether fortress that we conquered. There's not a whole lot I can do there. We did it. I will say one thing, like the theme for World Forge is you go in knowing you're not really trying to explore or anything. You're building stuff for other people to explore. Whereas with something like Young's, it does feel a little empty without a boss mod. Like I went through that whole nether fortress and I was like, oh, it really feels like there should be a boss somewhere. Am I going to make functional boats? For Cottage World or for like in the create mod? What are you talking about? All right, so this is an enhanced vanilla house with create. Yeah, I plan to. I would like to get a boat that can run from the dock over here all the way out to the fleet and back. I think that would be really cool. Even if it's nothing more than just it comes, it goes, it comes. Like it doesn't actually have to drop off items. I think the only way I would really be able to do that is though I was loading each chunk. And once you start loading a bunch of chunks like that, it can get real laggy real fast. The video you sent, you somehow understand how to do boats now. I have not checked it out yet. I did watch the one that Jay Julie made, which was, I've built those boats before, the cute little ones. I built those for swamps. But I haven't checked out yours yet. I do want to, though. It's on the list. I have a lot of YouTubers I gotta watch. Okay, so vanilla enhanced, but I don't think this one's going to stay here. I kind of like the idea of some taller buildings being here on the cliff edge. It really helps. Excellent. Yeah, I'll definitely check it out. I'm still on the fence for this. This was just a quick concept for the shaping. I liked the idea, especially if you have this as a dock. And I'm going to better paint out what's happening with the dock over there. Now that I updated Axiom and I have access to things. This concept here was, it got super famous, or got super popular again when B-Dubs made his big bridge, the big aqueduct style bridge. But I was thinking a big rope bridge. I'm happy Quackbot got that one. Not a rope bridge, no, you goober. The concept here is a big aqueduct bridge. And ooh, actually, since I updated, we might be able to, not a sphere, but a cylinder. I think this actually has to be at 90. I want to pivot the base. The Golden Gate? Not really. An aqueduct bridge. So, you know, where you get the big arches here. So this needs to go up a bit. And like 11. So you would have like a big arch here, a big arch here, a big arch here sort of thing. My question for you, you might remember. I remember you and I were talking about twist. Like being able to twist the cylinders to get really interesting shapes, and I was going to look into that. Because rotate didn't do it. Or was it... It might not have been cylinders. It might have been rotating just on the left. It's not part of rotation, is it? And was it a cylinder or was it a box that you rotated? It's the rotating selection. Okay, so it might not have been a cylinder. It might have been a cube. Rotating a selection. Okay. Was it with a cylinder, though? Yes. Okay. Oh. Give me a second. Do that. Do that. We go to modify wrench thing. There we go. Twist. Oh. There we go. That gets some interesting shapes. Something like that. The bottom three things for... Okay. I like this. I mean, even just that gets something interesting. But we do something like this with the arch. And of course, this would go all the way down to the water in the arch and an arch. And the idea is either one pathway or we do two. And we could actually do like water flowing over as well. And make it kind of look like it might be pumping water up from this river here. So that when we come over here, I was thinking this space right here, we can do a waterfall down with some water wheels. And that's kind of what powers some of the some create contraptions around here. So we can start getting some create stuff here too. But we also don't have to just rely on, here's some big windmills. That's how the city gets its power. I think the city would be a bit beyond just windmill power. And then, of course, these would be two big towers that you would actually like walk across to get to and from if you didn't want to take the boats or if you had like carts or something. Because all of this out here and way on is supposed to be some big farm fields. We could have pipes that drip down into the ocean. Yeah, and we could actually do actual like pipes, which I think is super cool as well. I don't know what happens if you have a fluid pipe that just kind of ends. I don't think it'll just drip down. But we'd actually do actual pipings as well. It might be kind of small, but we can play around. But like up here, where you're actually walking across, I think it could still work. In some places. But that's it. Okay. The modified tool. Now I remember. Thank you. And you can see here, I threw in a quick concept for having a bridge here. This is going to be where the main road is. So this greenhouse has to go. But we're going to do a small little, like, gate right here. And kind of just have that fall off onto the cliff here and on the cliff here. And now, so this is going to be, like, an entrance here to that town that's back there. And this kind of just is going to stay wilderness and, like, these really dangerous-looking cliffs. Down here is going to be kind of like where a lot of the workers are. We're going to do some really tight houses over here. Especially here along the cliffs. And then I said I was going to paint it better. Like, show you guys what I'm doing, what I'm thinking. And I'm thinking, let's see. What's the best method to showcase? If I do shape, if I do keep existing, if I do, we'll do some brown wool. And instead of this, we are going to do a cuboid separate. Actually, you know what we can do? I can just do it right here. I think it might be a little easier for me to do it this way. The idea here is right here above the water. Use a smear tool. So as we saw in Check TC, had an idea for the bridge. Yeah. Yes, a lot like that. A lot like that is kind of what I had in mind. I don't know if we're going to do the double arches, or we do, like, as long as ships can still fit through. That's the big thing. Can ships still fit through? And of course, like, it gets tighter here. So does it make sense that we do like all those arches here or something? But if ships can still fit through, then yeah, especially like bigger sail ships, because that's the idea here. This is like a big sailing port. Actually, might need to break this to here. And then... And the reason we're doing smear instead of stack is because it'll just stop when a block gets in its way. And I do this. And the idea... You need to build it so you can show it? Yeah. I know it's the kind of bridge that's been done by a lot of people, but I'm down. Don't forget, it is going to be at an angle, which is like just one of the things that I'm trying to be aware of. It's not even like a clean 45-degree angle. It's this weird, like, 30-ish almost degree angle. Because I thought, you know, using these natural hilltops, the generated ones, would be the best. This is the idea for down here. We do like a big dock-looking area. We'll get some, like, we can do some cranes and stuff. Maybe a warehouse here, which would probably be where we do a lot of... It could be like big storage for farm stuff coming out. Or we just do a big warehouse because it looks cool. Like a big warehouse or a factory right here built up on the docks would look kind of cool. Make it kind of steampunky. Medieval, like kind of fill that vibe. I don't know... I guess it makes sense that some boats... Let's see. If I do erase... Let me see. I want to get blue. Let's do light blue wool. Because what I want to do here is... Actually, what I'm going to do... Let's undo that erase I just did. And what we'll do instead is... So this will be out here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's say 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this time we're going to change this from smear to stack so that it actually overtakes. Then we do clone. You can see here, and I'm going to delete all of this blue in just a moment. Now we come here, and we're going to go ahead and, right, because I installed it. Block, block, block. There we go. Something like this is what I'm thinking for a dock. And I gotta have it just come out, and you can have the ships come in, do their thing, leave. This actually probably have to be a bit bigger, or at least some of them will have to be bigger. And we'll look into like wrapping it. Maybe I think that makes the most sense. Where you still have some dock stuff happening here, as well. Oh, I do need to do that. Let's go ahead and close up. Oh yeah, that was useless to me. Yeah, it gets kind of tight over here. It's definitely like a rougher, harsher place. Some of the bigger ships might stay out here. And if we do change this shaft to be an upward mine, more of a quarry thing, we can do some stuff out here too, some small docks here for more of the shipping stuff. I think that would work out really well. And then you have all of the farming going on over there. Yeah. So this town definitely would be a port town. It's got a good mine in it, but like that, it looks like the port would be its major thing if we do it this way. If we do that, if I do the mine over here, I don't have to like try to squeeze it into this. So we could end up closing all of this up, which gives a bit more room for some houses. We could have some more space out here. It's like the greenhouse being in a field out here makes sense. Some nicer houses being out here, and then our really tight ones being over here in the cliffs and underneath where this bridge is going to be. I think that makes a lot of sense. How would we wrap you? Let's see. We just bring it all the way across, completely cut that off, or would that be too much? That'd be too much, maybe. Oop. We can put another building right here if we wanted to take up like this corner spot, like an inn, or not an inn, but like a. We either do like a big warehouse right up here, smushed up against the wall, or you could do something right here with like. You can do like an intake place with like some cranes and stuff. Like there's a whole lot we could do here to make this dock look proper. I would have to pull up some more reference images for that. But I think something like this, as like a general shape, I think that works. If we do that, though, I think that might get in the way of that big aqueduct bridge. Because if we do it like this, that aqueduct bridge ends up... Like, one of the pillars would be, like, right here. You have to try to navigate around that. And another one would be right here and right here. So I don't know, actually. So, Dino, if you're still watching, you might not want to get too far into it. I don't know if we could do that bridge if we're moving the dock into this bay here. Like, we could do a different kind of bridge, just not one, like, in the reference art here. Or art, and that's real life. But you know what I mean. Let's see. You are gonna have to get moved, and I do like having you down there. I like that idea a lot. But what color do I want to use for? Bet we do magenta for our wall here. So I'm thinking for the walls, we do kind of a C wall that comes up and around, and then up and straight over this, right about here. And then straight over here. I do want to see one quick thing in the pin of the arrest. 1 second. There we go. Oh. Hmm. Train. uh, so what we might do, let me... I like the concept, and I love train. I don't think that's going to work here, simply because if I do the docks here, that entire bridge is going to be right here to here, which means we would have to have a column like here, another one here. Like, I just, it'll be so tight. I don't think it'll be realistic that boats get in and out of this place. But we have that cliff on the other side that's just kind of begging for a big bridge. Something like that could work. Frogdolph, welcome back. Something like that could work, though. And we got to decide, we got to figure out if we're going to just, like, cover all of this. I was originally thinking of doing the mine in there, but we might do it over here so it's closer to this shaft and taking advantage of that, because I didn't know that shaft was there until, like, a few days ago. So we do the whole mine thing here with some walls here to make this all look kind of nice. Maybe, like, 1 or 2 jetties for a dock, and the main dock is still over there. I think that would work out really well. Yeah, as for how to do a bridge over the gap where it doesn't look like... Because that's my worry. Let's see. We do... Could make sense. Just make less pillars. Make the ones I have thicker. Maybe. So let's do shape. We'll do a cylinder. We'll do not flat, but we're going to do hollow. Let's see. Gray wool. All right, for this one, we're going to do our pivot to the base so that we can get the height better. All right, I think 64 might be a bit tall for the place. I'm going to drop that down to, I guess, like 35? The height of this tower. Thicker. Yeah, I think maybe 15 and 35 for the height of the tower. Because I'm also trying to keep it within, like, you can see, like, a lot of these houses. Like, I might do, like, some more 2-story houses, but I don't think they're going to get much taller than that. And I don't have, like, a big castle or anything planned. So I don't know, I don't need it to completely overtake everything. But let's go ahead and paste a copy here. And then we can bring this down out here, bring it over here. Pretty much right there, that's the exact same height. And then I'm going to use my path tool to make this right there in this. Honestly, we'll just put it right on top. So I know that we're going to be right there and right there in the center. This is going to be a line, but it's going to be flat, and we're going to make it so we can make it almost flush with this, with the tower itself. Do just a radius of 2, make it a little bit smaller, so it would be like this. It's the rough center of this thing, right? I'd say right there's the rough center. And always increase it by a little bit on our own, but let's see. I don't know. Do you think like that would work if we just do that? Because at least it would make sense that boats can still fit in there, but it does kind of cut off all of this. And that's kind of my concern right now. Could work. Yeah. Dig that part up a bit. What, like in here? I can like dig this out and make this a little wider for sure. That wouldn't be too hard. Pretty much right here where you see like these cliffs right here. We dig all of this out right here. So I guess it would have to be the one big pillar, and then let me get over here, and I'm just going to extrude this up until it's flush. Literally the one block, okay. The mining is a worthy sacrifice. That's fair. So we have that, and then if we invert it, I think the path tool to get us this shape is kind of the way to go, solely because it's definitely on a curve like this. I don't think I'd be able to get it nicer doing anything else. But we could do something like this and either keep it with this open space here or just straight up close it as the supports. And of course, like it would go into, like we would build it to like make it look like it goes into both of these. If I paste that as a copy... Actually, let's go ahead and change this to this. And then I guess I'm going to need to do it this way. Oh, I thought that was light gray wool, not stone. Whoops. What do you think? As a first shape, as just getting like that first shape up there. What are we thinking? Do we still get to have this big awesome looking bridge? That's it? Yeah. Cool. All right. Yeah, we'll try this out. And we might end up filling this up. And of course, like this coming down a little bit will thicken up the pillar here a bit. But we can work with it. Okay. And it looks like we could still keep this. And then, you know, this part here is just going into the sculpt tool, making sure it's inverted. A smaller bridge with a canal. Pretty much right on. So pretty much clone this right on top is what you're thinking. And then what we can do, especially on the inside of this. Now, granted, in here, it wouldn't matter as much. We'll never see it. But over here, in the inside, we can actually make a create elevator that would let you come, like, walk out, and then you come in here, hit the button, come up, and actually walk over it. Under the arches? Oh, I see what you're doing. Okay, okay, okay. So right here, it would just be a straight line all the way across. Okay. Yeah, that'd be interesting. Now, granted, my arch isn't as pronounced as yours, but I think that's fine. Or I kind of just do what you did, because if I do that on top, we have these big 3 ones. On the top up here, we could do smaller arches across it. We could do one... We do 2 more right here, so 1, 2, and 3. Of course, 4, 5. So you can kind of do both. We could do that. That wouldn't be that big of an issue. Now, granted, this would not get done until we have a stone farm. I would need to get that factory one up, because I'm pretty sure I can do deep slate in that as well. My Twitch said I was offline. That was scary and terrifying and not cool at all. But yeah, that could be cool. I think there's real merit to that. Okay, yeah, we'll keep that, and we'll see. And of course, like any of the rooftops or anything, we're gonna make sure to blend it in so it's still like we're using some of the azurine and everything. But I think this is simply gonna be some of the cobble and tuff up into brighter stones and andesite and whatnot. Maybe some deep slate way down on this one to make it darker, make it look wet. Very cool. I was afraid of that. Gonna go ahead and just fill that in with light gray so that I can do this. Okay, what are you connected to? Oh, over here, I guess. Seriously? Right then. You're also working on a bridge at the moment. See? Good day for bridges, apparently. All right, and I like this. There's a lot of space to do stuff down here. We can do some like cranes, or we can do a big building, stuff like that. We've got spaces for our ships to come in. This is probably a little small for actual dock. I might have to cut it like... Unique looking bridge? Yours or mine? Mine or yours? Both, I'm assuming. Nix that one, and we'll nix that one. So it looks like some ships of some actual size can come in. In the DC? In the DC. Let's see. Ooh, that is unique looking. I'm excited to see it done. I really am. Okay, I think... You get like these 2 bigger ones. Probably end up having to put a building or something over here. Survival friendly. Ooh. Does that mean you're going to put it on Ames's server? You hope so? I hope so. Okay, that's a really cool bridge, but now it feels like if I'm going to build this bridge, I have to kind of like go big with some other stuff. So what else do I do? So it's not just like literally the land is dominated just by this bridge. Because it's supposed to be a city up and around this whole thing, so... I really wasn't expecting... I wasn't thinking of like doing a castle or anything here. I had an idea for that elsewhere. What do we do? I think getting some bigger ships would help, and luckily, with where I'm at, I have access to a fairly large ship that we can get to pretty quick. How big does this boy look in, next to it? Just so I can get scale. How to get out from underneath this thing? Alright, so this big mamma jamma definitely not fitting anywhere near here. Glad I triple checked that. That's such a big boat. Okay, glad we triple checked. Still think we're going to need some stuff here, because a lot of this is just going to end up being crop fields. So like, this is nothing. We'll do like a mining thing here. I don't know, maybe this looks really big, but once we get a bunch of houses up and around, it won't look as big, because right now it's just on a big empty field. Go ahead and do magenta wool. We'll do this for our wall over here, so I know like, where exactly we want to be building. I'm going to do this with a ROM spline. All right. Right out to here. My puppy just yelped in his sleep. Finally had a little bit of a break of... Oh, I have ads starting in 30 seconds. Sorry about that. But we finally had a little bit of a break in weather, so we were able to go out and play fetch and everything. We very much had fun. Ah! Tomatoes. Thank you. I guess I was a little hungry. Let's see. I think for a wall, this wouldn't be too bad. Sec. I'm gonna bring this up a little. Are we having fun throwing food at me? Or angry ducks, I guess. This is where I want it, right there. So I can bring this up a little bit. Bring this over. I don't want to listen to that song. What does Spook do? It plays a few random different sounds that are mostly just loud for jump scaring. Let's see. Little seawall up here. And then right about here, we just got to make sure it stays kind of, you know, reasonably tall enough. We were going to hug the land. We can always bring the land out to it. That's easy enough. And then I guess a tower can go here to help turn this into like straight up wall. Boop. Okay, if I do this, but I do... Nope, I have keep existing checked off. That's fine. We'll destroy these. But I think this hopefully wouldn't be... like, if we get a good, an easy enough pattern and we get it out here, it's just kind of pasting at that point. Oh, or did I want it out here and then kind of do the wall up this cliff? That's super annoying. Just had a pop-up. Don't like that, but I gotta update something later when I'm not on stream. I think I might have moved this a little... I think I should actually bring it over to this little divot and then right up here. I think that's what I should do. So let's go ahead and delete this one. And we will bring it out to this divot here. So in order to do that, we're going to start down here like we did. Where is it? No, it's not there. It's fine. With that divot, and then it's going to kind of shoot up over this. And we're gonna line this up better in a minute. Line you there, line you there, and line you there. Let's see, how's this looking? Maybe I was right the first time. I'm thinking like we can just do like a basic medieval tower right here, get up against the hill, and that explains why like the sea wall is like right here, and then it just goes wall. That's not too complicated. In order to build on this, I think, because it makes most sense that the road would be like here. So you'd want like a gatehouse right in here. Which means you can have a tower right about here. We just shave off all this in the cliffside, I guess. And we can come and shave all of this. That wouldn't be the hardest thing in the world. It's kind of a pain in the butt that we have to do so much of that. But it does open up these. This is just a cliff. It's a. What am I trying to say? A canyon. Which over here, there's. Funnily enough, with the cherry trees, over here is a cherry tree biome, whole forest or whole grove biome. So, all right, let's bring you up to where we would want the wall. Let's bring you up to where we would want the wall, which is definitely tall, but it doesn't need to be like, oh my lord, tall. Enter down that, and let's see what we have. If I do shape and cylinder, and definitely don't need it 15. Maybe closer to 11. Don't need it that tall. By 7, I think that's plenty tall enough right there for a wall. It's the big question: do we put this tower right here on the water? Do we hug it up on this hill here? I think on the water. And then we can do like a staircase or something. We're gonna bring it down here into the, like right there on that water line. And then if we do end up doing that though, we do want to make this a bit taller than clearly closer to right there, and we'll put a little roof on it, whatevers. But by doing that, we can then come in here and explain how the tower come up pretty much right there. Like this. Yeah, and I think with the tower here, and then that explains why there's a big wall here. Okay, maybe it doesn't need to be that big until closer to here, though. And of course, any little holes like this we'll just patch over entirely. We're not going to worry about that. Not going to worry about that part at all. And what I'm I'm done cleaning up the trees. Uh... It's not the smallest wall in the world. How big is it look from back here? I mean, it doesn't really look huge and towering, though. Like, because I'm not trying to do, like, Attack on Titan walls. I just wanted to make sense that, you know, this place is protected. It's a place that people live in. They feel safe in. Safe enough to build all of this nonsense. And it'll actually, like, if I have villagers and stuff running around here, it'll actually, like, they'll not die. Ideally. But it does look like we'll need to come and clear a lot of this cliff out. A lot of that cliff will have to be cleared out. And we'll probably just have to put, like, fences and stuff like that up along here. Or maybe even, like, a small wall that's built into, like, the cliffside. So we do, like, a small line of wall out of, like, stone and whatever. And then, like, have it blend into the cliff later on. I think that would work out and would still make this place look good, look protected, but at the same time, I'm not literally encasing the whole thing in one giant 20-block wall, which is what I am actively trying to avoid. There, that's a bit better. All right. Cool. We have that. We could keep these trees here. We could get rid of them. It's kind of dealer's choice on that mark. I think for a lot of the trees, though, we're going to go for some of those really pretty, some of these and some of the really pretty fall-covered ones that are in the survival world that we just kind of pockmark around here. And because I don't think custom trees will give me the same ambient sound effects, but there's a lot of really pretty modded trees that are in this mod pack that I'm completely okay with using. So... yeah, and I think bringing our greenhouse over to here, we can make some flower fields over here. I think that'd be really nice looking. Obviously, we're going to cover up these holes. I'm going to do that real quick with the modeling tool. So flat surface, and we'll go ahead and grab stone here, because why not? I wouldn't die. We want triangle fan for this shape. It's just going to kind of fill in wherever we put our points. Like that. So, yeah, so we'll cap off any of the little holes like that. We'll get this all placed looking nice. We have big towers. I am very pleased with how this came out. I do think we can probably do another one on top to make it where the actual water would flow from. Although that would make it taller. We're on the bottom. Like we'll have a play. We'll see. This needs to become very dense with buildings, and I don't know if like I'm going back and forth now. Do we do like a castle kind of thing here, or no? Maybe like a big manor. First things first. I'm going to move this. This is the greenhouse, and I'm going to move it, not delete it, just because I do know I want to use it I want to build another greenhouse. We're going to move the greenhouse over to here. We can always move it again later if we don't like where it ends up, but I kind of like the idea. I like the idea like there's a bit more space over here. It's a bit airier than it is over there by the docks, so maybe this is where some nicer things are, like a greenhouse. I actually have an old greenhouse built that I would love to bring here and redo, especially with some of the modded glass and everything, so I might even do that, kind of an homage to an older build I've done. But doing that, having some of the fields, some of the flowers out here, and it gives me another space where maybe I can put all my bloody saplings or something. I don't know. I'm doing that because I know path, line, flat. Whoops. Extended ground. Turn that off. There, do that. And then what we'll do again is go back to catenary. Grab you and you. If we bring down the slack a bit, I can bring this up. That's about even-ish. We can just do like little pillars right here. That wouldn't be that hard to do at all. Get another one right here. I think as far as just scaffolding and everything out, this is going pretty well. A lot of these towers, these could be basic medieval ones. I might not even do like a cone roof or anything. Just leave it open with some battlements. A lot of this, I'll try to get a nice, an easily-ish repeatable wall design here. But we also might not just do a design. It might just be where it's we'll kind of flatten out the top a bit, smooth it out, and we'll just kind of texture it with stone and everything. And we just kind of do a little bit of a battlement on the top, so you can still walk across it. Have like a door right here. Technically, this should all be moved to right here in the center anyways. Things like that. I'm gonna have to brainstorm of what we're doing as far as making sure this gets balanced out. Because it's fine that the city is a lot busier than over here. That's completely okay. But I need to make sure that this thing that dominates the landscape in a great way, it's really cool. But once we build it, I need to make sure that it makes sense with the rest of this city once everything's built up. And I'm not sure if that's in the way of like a giant castle, a giant tower. We could add some more create stuff because this is a mining town, and it's a mining and shipping town. So like we'll have some stuff going in and out of here. So getting some movement with some create stuff could be cool. Yeah, and I'm really happy with how this came out. We got a place we put some big boats. We can even extend this out a bit if we wanted to. We could actually build boats here, let alone all of the other ship mods that we've got. The simple ships. Let's see, at simple, no. At ship. How big is a Drakkar? That's a Drakkar. Okay. Game of Thrones? Yes, that's what it is. And that's a galley. Okay, so neither of these are really that much bigger than the other. This one has a lot of sails. What's going on with this? Okay, so none of these are huge. Yeah, anytime I hit E, I know. I don't know what it is. No idea. There's nothing I can do about it. I'm sorry. None of those are overly large. So, like, they would still fit in this. And having them, like, around would look good. You're gonna head out? Not a problem, Dino. You have a good one. Thanks for hanging out as long as you have. Well, let's do netherite axe. Can I just set it on fire? No. I can't just destroy it even creative. That's really annoying for these. %48 damage. How are you supposed to destroy these things? I bet it's just like a cannon or something, isn't it? I don't know how to do that. This is the worst way to do this ever in the history of anything ever. I don't know a faster way to like destroy these ships. All right, but none of these get super big, and that's good. No. Oh, I see. Right. Okay, we could though. I don't think a castle would fit here. I just don't think it fits the vibe of like this. This is a place where like craftsmen and tradesmen come to gather. But if we want to balance off the size of this with an equally, like not an equally large, but another larger build to kind of like bring it together, let alone like obviously like the walls will have it and everything, I think a manor might do it. And I'm thinking like right there. Or even right here, but that might be a bit tight. This isn't actually as much space as you would think. Well, maybe. You do it right here, and you can build it a couple heights, and that kind of helps balance out this tower. Because over there, that's fine. It can look like that. It doesn't need a whole lot going on, because it's supposed to be like an exit out. And it's kind of what provides water out to the fields over there. We can figure something out over there. But I think right here, maybe where there's currently an animal pen, take this whole spot right here to build like a big, longer manor that kind of connects to the center of the city, which is going to end up being right here anyway. So let's go ahead. We're going to take this. And that's pretty much going to be the center of the city right there. So that's the center, good. Okay. None of the paths are permanent. We're just kind of cleaning things up a little bit. And like officially moving the center of our city to the center of the city. Alright, so we do this, come down here. We do that. Let me go ahead and clone. So I have a footprint for a house, or a sizable-ish house that might realistically be over there. Okay, so I wouldn't be able to do a house here and then a big manor here. Not, well, I kind of could if it went off. But I think honestly it would be better if the main road, you can actually have like, maybe like a little wall, and that would be really thin. Stack, so I can do this and this. Prepare for raid? What? No. How you doing, Black Knight?
Emerald rated your channel with 4 viewers. Shout out to Emerald.
Shout out to Emerald Lad. Hey, Emerald, how you doing today, buddy? How was Phasmo? Did you all still have a good time even after I had to stop watching? Did you finally get dared to do something?
Sola Oriole rated your channel with 6 viewers.
You didn't get the shout out, Sola, just because Emerald just got it. Sorry. But hey, Sola, thank you for the raid. You didn't all have to raid me, but I'm happy you guys had a good time. Had a great time. Excellent. How you doing, Sola? How was Phasmo on your end? We're just here. We're in Cottage World doing some creative building. We're just kind of scaffolding out and sketching out different ideas. We've got the main house I just built. I redid a leather worker's house. Yes, you do. It was really great and fun to do some Phasmo. Excellent. I'm happy to hear it. Hello, hello, Haru. Welcome back to the stream. And we got this. This is a big aqueduct bridge I'm considering building here. We took out a huge chunk of land to fit in a dock over here to make it look super busy. Yeah, that's kind of what we're doing. We got an idea for maybe some walls over there. We won't really need them over here because of the cliffs. This is what we're up to in Cottage World today. And right now, I'm looking to see how much space I would have here if I were to drop like a big manor or like a big, yeah, I guess like a big manor where it would be like where the townspeople go to get city stuff done. Because it doesn't make sense for this city to have like a castle, I don't think. It's a city full of craftsmen and traders and stuff. So I thought a manor, it's something to help balance out the size of this bridge that we're thinking of putting. I'm thinking maybe right there, or even down here. Oh, down here would feel weird because it's not the center of the city. You'd have to go out of your way. Because we're going to have a lot of really tight buildings over here along this cliff this cliffside here, all this mess here is going to be really tight buildings. And then we're going to make this even steeper, make this steeper up here, probably close in some of this, get rid of some of the floating stuff. And yeah, that'll be our city here. And we're just, you know, we needed a scaffold. I got to see what this message is right quick.
Penguin 0 Verl 0 Road rated your channel with 7 viewers. Shout out to Penguin 0 Verl 0 Road.
Hi, Ames. Thank you for the raid, guys. You didn't all need to raid me, but I'm happy to see you all here. Welcome back, Frogdolph. This is how my wife finally watches my stream. So many raids today. My page wouldn't load. It's probably because I had so many raids. What did I say? I say a lot of things. I'm a streamer. It's what I do. I don't know what I said. So yeah, guys, jumping in from Ames' stream. We're just scaffolding up some ideas for our Cottage World build, our next, so we can get this town up and running. And I'm trying to think of what I can do so I can balance off this big bridge. I want to balance out the big bridge, but also keep everything like here for the center of town in a way that makes sense. And that's what we're up to. Just kind of some chill creative. It looks so cool. Well, thank you. Thank you, Quackspot. Missed you. It's been a while. You see here, we have an idea for some of the smaller vanilla villager housing that I updated with some Minecraft or some modded blocks, and I expanded the size a bit so poor villagers can actually have a bedroom and stuff. Some of these are probably going to get updated as well, but I want to get some custom-made buildings as well. I'm kind of thinking a big manor right here to act as like a city-state building. That's kind of what I'm thinking right here in between these roads. Because this, you're going to be able to walk up to here. There's going to be an elevator that you can use to bring you up here where you can walk across to the farm side, which is over there. That's all going to be farms and crop fields. Haru's here. Haru loves Quackspot too much not to be here. But yeah, because I had to make heavy use of Axiom on this one because it's at a weird angle. So we ended up using the path tool here to get all of our shapes here, and I think it came out really well. Building this up is definitely going to be an interesting challenge. That's for sure. But none of this is going to happen until we get our farms up and running. And I just wanted to get an idea for where we're going to put things so I know where we can start putting some farms. Like the cobblestone farm. I'm in the talks with Robin to see if he's going to add in the one of the create mods that lets me do like deep slate and the ozarine and the crimsite so I can get a farms up for all of those. And we're going to probably turn over here into a big mine because there's a mine shaft right here. And I can put all the create stuff down in that mine shaft. And we can, instead of using this entrance, we can take this, which goes all the way down to bedrock or to deep slate, and we can just pop it right out here. And I think that would be great. We have a lot of space down there that we can play with. Looks amazing so far. Well, thank you. And right now, it's all just really basic shapes. You can see over here. No, not over there. You can see over here with your friend Bozo Gaming. Well, that's cool. I don't know when I'm going to be done. I've actually not been going all that long, I don't think. About 2 hours. All of this. You see all of this here? I went in, we scraped this out. We got rid of this in Axiom. So this is all going to have to get dug out in survival. All this land here. So that we can make it over here. Do I play Sky Wars? I don't think I've tried some Bed Wars with another artisan named Jebek. She's kind of the one we do a lot of that with right now. I don't really play a whole lot of the high pixel games at the moment. Yeah, I think this is probably where we're going to have to put a wall because I don't have like a natural barrier on this side. Everything else is all cliffs. Ari says hi to Black Knight. You wanted to invite me to play? Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Maybe in the future. I wouldn't be able to today. I'm not very good at it all. I don't really know much about like the PvP side of Minecraft. I'm also worried if because this is gonna get taller. This is gonna get taller. So I think a manor right there, even if it's gonna be kind of thin, like a 2 or 3 story manor right here, would look good. So if it's gonna be a 2-story, we'll have, or a 3-story, we'll be able to come out 2 or 3 blocks. Then we can have it come right up here to the cliff side. That'd be look kind of good. Even a little over the cliff if we wanted to, or even like a little overhang balcony area could look very cool. I want to start getting some create stuff put into our houses to get some dynamic movement, to get some interest, and to make it make sense for like the people living here. Like I said, this is a mining town full of craftsmen and traders. We should make an airship. That's a good idea, actually. That's a very good idea. It's something that we can use this for as well. Is you have this, but you can also do this as like an airship dock. I'm not against that idea at all. We do have a big boat already built. Oh, well, designed. I was going to do like a big aqueduct thing, but that's an interesting, that's an idea. That's an idea. Let's see what Pinterest has to say about steampunk. Okay, I've got 3 Maze Reel streams up on my screen now. Thanks, guys. I'm going to close all of that browser because, Lord, nobody needs that many Maze Reel streams up. Let me see real quick. What does Pinterest have to say about an airship dock? That's interesting. 4 Maze streams? Yeah. I like that idea, though. I know I'm going to need some flying stuff way down the road, so maybe do something like that for this. Everyone needs that many maze streams. That's a good shout out, though. I like that one. Thank you, Frogdaff. Yeah, because the original plan was water, and to make water look like it's getting pumped up from the river. And that's why we have like a waterfall down here, and then maybe that's what powers. But we don't need to do that. We could also do like thermal power. Like, it's going to be water wheels that power a lot of this anyways. Or if I get a... if we go back into the nether, we can go back and get a bunch of blazes and some big magma tanks. We can get the power that way. Airship dock is a cool idea, especially with all of this going on down here, that I was going to do the elevators and everything. That's rad. So we do like a walkway up here. I'll play around with some concepts for sure. Yeah, that's cool. And then down here, we have the dock. And over here, this is going to be really tight housing. Think of it like it's all going to be like multi-story up against these cliffs, housing. And it comes around here. The road is going to come up and come back up around here where it is. And this is where it gets back into the town. We got to shave this and just got to make sure this stays clean, very steep. So it looks like that's why nobody like goes up there. Mostly to keep the villagers safe. I might need to do some wall up here along the top and just line, hug the cliffside here with some walls just to like a little bit up. Just so villagers don't yeet themselves off into the canyon that's this. Yeah, and we're going to mix and match some of the traditional villager housing with some of the fully custom ones, but everything's going to be built with the Ozarine or with Crimsite to make, these these roofs. I moved the this building was right there. And I moved it down here. I think this just makes more sense that up here it's kind of more spacious, more airy. Since we're going to do a whole mine over there, I'm probably going to end up covering this one at some point, which is fine. Ooh, not just airships. I could probably drop the nether portal up here. I'd have to reconnect it to whatever I'm doing, like as far as a fortress and everything. I have to re-find it. That's not the end of the world. But that'd be a good place to have our nether portal and everything else up here. Kind of mix a tech and magic sort of thing with the nether portal. That'd be cool. That could look so cool. Yeah. Quackbot agrees too. Quackbot has great taste, so I think this is going to be what they have to do. I'm not going to jump into ideas for that just yet, but I am going to sit on that, and yeah, we'll have a think with that. Let's see. We got I patched in this hole, patched in a little hole here. Quackbot is amazing. I agree. I do need to finally just go in and clean up some of my stream stuff. A lot of it's out of date. I want to add some new fun stuff. I was waiting for the next big update, but that could be like months away. I have no idea when it is. What was that phone call? Are you... What? Thanks. What are you talking about? I think she's lost her mind, chat. Pour one out for her pangs. Mind is gone. The egg has been cracked. Jack took her brain. Oh, so you're just hearing a random phone call through your headphones and thought it was me? I'm not that rude, goodness. All 4 lost souls. Fantastic. Alright, so road down, road over. That's a unique way to do this, is to make that into a sky ship. I just got to make sure I don't know how high in the sky I am, so I got to make sure I'm not going to hit the height limit. That's a really cool idea. All right, we've got this. We've got... as for other buildings, there are some that I am just going to need. I need a blacksmith. I don't actually have any furnaces inside of my house. I don't know. One person called that out. But no, I don't have any furnaces in my house, which is fine. I can just go to the blacksmith for that. But this ain't going to cut it. That ain't going to cut it. We're going to need to expand on that. But I think a manor's house right here to act as like the central state building makes a lot of sense. Unless we put it right here on top of this hill. Well, no, because this is going to be the main road down into that lower quarter. So here and over here, we're going to need to do a gatehouse. So let's do... We'll get the magenta because I was doing that for the walls earlier. You do not need to be that tall. Probably don't even need to be 7 wide. Kind of small, but that's fine because it's probably just going to be a ladder straight up. Nothing, we're not reinventing the wheel here. Let me get rid of this real quick. Shrink, 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 and gone. Okay. Okay, so 15 tall. 15 tall looks not too terrible. Because I'm probably not gonna do like a big pointed roof or anything. I would just keep it as basic. I know. I completely forgot the word. Paste a copy there, and we're gonna bring you right there, and we're just gonna enter there. Okay, so we got that. We're going to do a gatehouse right here. We'll be able to walk across. You can see all of that, see all of that. It's not going to be a very big bridge. It's kind of long. That's fine. But you walk across the bridge. You can see where there's still some supports. We'll have to do some small pillars right here to really like make sure these supports look like they're supports. Easy enough. Let's duplicate these two real quick, though, and we're going to just bring you, whoop, straight over here. Just like this. And we can go ahead and expand this down. And I like the idea that they're going to be the same height, but we just bring these down. Cool. Yeah. Are you new to Axiom, Frogdolph? Yeah, excellent. Good stream for you to be in then, because I love this tool, and I'm using it for like everything. If it's not with Axiom, I'm pretty much can't build. You've always wanted to use it, but you can't find it anywhere. It's on Modrent. That's where you want to go for it. I know Mulberry is almost exclusively on Modrent. Not new, but still say cool. Expand, 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 and expand. Cool. Alright, tight. Alright, so we're going to have like 2 gatehouses here. That'll be about yay big. And we'll have a nice big rounded gate. And the cool thing is because of Create, we can actually make the gate move. Either based on cranks in here or just move. We could definitely do that. That'd be super cool. You're going to have to go. You have a French test. Ooh, exciting. I hope you got a lot of practice in watching Solo's stream. Bye-bye. Good luck. Get an A. All right, let's see. All right, I'm just going to grab and we're going to do smear. Gonna go shower now? Okay. Have fun, Plum. It's about time. She was making my house stink. Joking. Joking. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I thought so. This is off by a block. So we can just cut and move. And we're going to do the same thing over here to make sure it's even. Control X to cut, and then we move it over a block. Kabam. There we go. All right, so gatehouse, walk, walk, walk. Come in here. All right, and this way we have a walkway down to here, which we'll need to get cleaned up, obviously. This is going to be the trickier part, is right there. What do we do? One small part of me kind of wants to just build a wall along this line right here. And then just have the rest like... Well, actually, let's see. How does that look? So we're doing magenta for our wall builds. I'm going to grab the path tool, and we're going to make sure our one... We're on a Catmull ROM spline. And we're going to extend the ground. And let's see. We're going to want like a house right here or something, I think. We don't need a radius on this. It can just be the one. And what we do is we're going to go in between these points here. And kind of bring it to right there. When I press enter, that happens. We would actually come in and we can fill this out. That's easy enough to do. All of this, we just fill it pretty much right up to the wall, and we'll just kind of maybe do fences or wall blocks, something that villagers can't just jump and hop over. And we could do that along here. And I think that would look fine. It would look like it's kind of built into this cliff without, you know, me having to worry about all the weird terraforming and everything. We'll just have to come in and flatten all that out, which honestly will be as easy as grabbing a single or just doing a double layer of whatever we want to use. Right there. I'm using stone to look at that. Do keep existing, do that, and look, just like kind of like that. You get the idea. The BRB, not a problem. Not a problem at all. Yeah, I feel like that's the play with this. Then along up here, I think what we can do is get away with, one, putting some big houses here. Oh, you know what? Before I commit to a wall right there, it's different than a wall over there where I needed a cutoff place. Before we commit to a wall over here, we'll get some houses up and we'll see what happens. We might be able to like wall off a lot of this just with like good house design and try to have some like cliffside houses and stuff to keep all the villagers in. Might even do some like wooden paths or something. You've already been lurking. Welcome back, I think. Let's see. Yeah, I think before we commit to a wall there, that's what we'll do. Oh, we got an ad starting in just under a minute. I think I'm going to go ahead and run that ad right now. You're going to go get some water? Not a problem, because I'm going to run. I'm going to use the restroom. I'm going to grab myself a quick snack, stretch, all that stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and run my 3-minute ads. I'm going to be AFK for just a quick break, and then we'll be right back to try to figure out some more of this here planning. Be right back, guys. Alright, I got a drink. Welcome back, everyone. Let's jump back into whatever it is that I'm doing. Alright, so we got big pieces. I think next is just kind of figuring out some house designs that we can paste around. One thing I am a huge fan of is working smarter, not harder. So, like, one thing we can do is I can literally just grab this right here. We're going to go ahead and make sure to grab all of it. And if I clone this top half of my house, watch this. That is a full other house right there. And this gives me an idea, like, one, I can just use it as another house, and it's, you know, most people would never know. But also, two, we can get an idea for, like, sizes and shapes, because it's not like this is huge as far as houses go. Like, we would change up some of the palette. We'd make sure to add a window and stuff like that, of course. Well, not the palette, but these supporting structures. But yeah. Because the new center of the town is right there, so my house could actually be just facing the back of someone's house, and it really wouldn't be that bad. Have it more as like a small, like that. Or move them to here. We're talking about maybe putting a giant manor right here, but what would even just a small house look like right there? The Dog Jedi, thank you so much for the redeemed quack. How are you doing today? Welcome to the stream. I hope you're enjoying it. We're just doing some casual creative building right now, figuring out some plans for this city that we're going to be building up in a single-player modded world. That's not bad. I think I'm on the right track with putting a big manor there. So let's see what we got. First things we have to do is we have to get rid of all of the hay. Don't need any of this. Got to get rid of all this stuff for... There we go. You're good. Just got to do chores right quick. Not a problem. That sounds like you have me on the background, and I say that's the best place for me to be. Good background noise while you're doing homework, chores, watching TV, watching a better streamer, any of those things, really. Alright, do that. Let's go ahead and get rid of this. This is going to probably have to have some, like, a stone wall or something as we make these... Because everything within here is going to have to start getting, like, built up and look like it's actually really established. Like, all of this dirt here is probably going to turn into stone. And maybe, like, into dirt again over here. We'll have to see. Thank you for redeeming the daily check-in. I don't yet have anything tied to that, but it's something I want to be looking into as I expand the stream moving forward. I got some viewers. They've been doing it for a while, and it's really cool, and I want to be able to reward that. I just got to figure out, like, how. Actually, you know what? Normally I am hesitant to do so. I think if we go here to my erase tool, and we go from here... Honestly, we're just going to do this. Beyond 180 followers? Yeah, which is super exciting. I'm still working on just getting more regular viewers. I think when Ames is streaming, I average maybe 2. When she's not streaming, I can average about 10, and I can sometimes get some pretty consistent chatters. So I finally got myself a schedule. I need to put in a bot command that shills out my Discord, because that's where I put my schedule. And then from there, hopefully I can start getting some more consistent viewers. That's the goal right now. Because a lot of my followers, bless their hearts, they follow and then they never leave. I think I'm like I think I'm in the 1% of people that cleans up they're like, I go through my list. I'm like, I don't know these people. I've been following for like 4 years and I've never been on a stream, so I just clear it out. And I love raids. I love being raided. I love raiding other people, but it's also like there's kind of a thing about people will join in, they'll follow, they'll never chat, they'll leave, and you'll never ever see them again. And like, that's nice of you, but I don't get. I'm already an affiliate. I get nothing for follows. I just want people to hang out. Lurking is fine. I get it. Some people are shy. Other people got other things going on. I lurk in my friends' streams all the time. They don't always know I'm there, but I do. Alright, kind of cleaning this up so we have a space to work. The only reason I completely cut out that part, and normally I wouldn't when I'm building, I try to build with the land generation. Kind of forces me to be a bit more clever with it. The only reason we're doing this is because I think I'm going to have the house hang over a little bit right here. Someone's talking about you? Well, people like you, really. Yeah, 250, and then in the span of not streaming for 1 week, lost and went down to 11. Oof. That's okay. I get it, though. But you'll bounce back for sure. Yeah, I think that's enough space. That's a pretty big plot. How do we want to do this? So do we want to just do... I'm still thinking kind of 3 stories. And then we'll watch your streams anyways. Yeah, I mean, if you're not making YouTube videos or TikToks, like you gotta be doing it on a different platform. It's the only way you'll grow. Like, it's not always the same. It's not always the same kind of viewer, but those who follow me for me did so because I was making videos. Which, do I have a YouTube command? I do. See, there you go. Let's see. How do we want to lay this out, guys? I think I kind of really like the deep slate thing that I did here. Or deep slate, the dripstone. So we can do this. You have a YouTube channel? Awesome. It's definitely a different kind of beast. Oops. I didn't want to destroy all of that at all. Alright, I think what we're going to do right quick, because I have a reference image up, but it's not for like a steampunk type manor thing. It's more of just a medieval build or a house. Let's see, like a steampunk. Looking for reference images right quick. I need to start dropping more of my... I need to drop all my reference images into my Discord. I should do that tonight. It's a fun and funky shape. Not really what I can use here, though. Not a problem. We'll see you soon. Might work. That might work. Let's see. So what I can do here is 2 things. One, I can get the right bloody file is what I can do. I can do it there, and so if I go to file and I can do open reference image. There's a reference image for while we're in Axiom, and I'm going to have this open. Welcome back, welcome back. Have this open right here. And that means I can also put it right here in my stream for you guys. Pop. I think that's what I'm going to look at right now as the inspiration for what we're building here. And there's some interesting shapes that we can try to do there. Yeah. Let's see. For the foundation, I'm just going to use this just so I can get the floor plan down. That's 1, 2, 3 stories with a tower in the center. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, I don't know why I'm trying to count that by hand with a ruler tool. 28. So I need to expand this by at least 1 more so we're not building on. There we go. Now we're at least not building on doubles. Like, I'm not going to build on evens. I'm not crazy. What did I just say this was, though? So we do this to here, 29. Manor looks cool. Thank you. Yeah, I think this is a good reference. We're not going to come anything like, I don't think we're going to quite come to exactly this shape. That's 29 by 11. That's not bad. We can probably expand this out. 11, 12, 13. The 13, I think that's going to be a bit more even looking. And we put the tower here, tower here, tower here. And then, like, the whole manor is going to be right here. It's kind of squished, kind of thin, but I don't think that's bad per se. It just depends on, like, if we can be clever with it. So let's see. 1, 2, well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If I do it like that, 1, 2, 3. That's my center block, so we'll just expand that right there. So that's the center block. And I guess that's central tower, although it's going to be a little up higher. Oop. You guys don't know this, but the controls for this mod pack are a little weird and creative. Like, if I'm pressing just W, I go wherever my mouse is turning. So if it looks like I'm like I don't know how to fly, that's why. And I think that'll be the center tower. Although, like I said, I know it's going to be a few blocks up. Let's see, how tall did I do this? I think it was just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tall. They look pretty tall inside, right? Yeah, because I'm using like a mix of slabs and stuff. I think that's roughly where our center tower is going to be. I'm going to build it a little bigger because we also have the balcony there. That house is fire. Thank you. Oh, my house. Thank you. What up, pup? You just saw a dog walking by? I got my cat behind me and my dog sleeping right there. I don't even know a walking by right now. To get these colors in a way, and in woods that I can actually get easily. Let me think. Oh, your dog. Fair enough. I like that lighter color. It doesn't necessarily have to be birch, though. What do we already kind of have some of? We could do some oaks. What's this? That is a bioshroom block. Rimwood's mostly just a very dark log with some red in it. Birch is going to be too bright, but what about walnut and redwood? Might be what I'm looking for here. So how about walnut planks and redwood? Since I have saplings for both of those, I should be able to do that. I have another reddish plank. I'm trying to make sure I keep my palette to stuff that I already have, and I can kind of just grow while I'm here. Or I'd settle on the red wood, though, because I know I'm going to be using azurine for the wall. What breed is my dog? That's a very good question. I think he's a King Charles Spaniel mutt, because he's got the long, really hairy ears like a King Charles Spaniel. He's small. He's patterned like a... Here you go. Cooper. Hey, over there, you jerk. He's patterned like a, what am I trying to say? Border Collie, but he doesn't have the squished in snout of a normal spaniel, so he's a mutt for sure. But he's my mutt. I love him to pieces. He's the best dog in the world. All right, I want to see what this looks like, the redwood and the azurine. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a quick clone of, actually I'm just going to do it over here. A whole mix of a breed? Fair enough. Okay, so we're going to grab this right quick. We're going to pull just this roof to right here. I'm going to be deleting this here in a bit anyways. Redwood stairs. I'm not doing redwood for the trim, so it's... what it actually is here is going to be redwood. And how does this look is the question. All right, mystery bag of DNA in a cute package. Yeah, that's accurate. All right, I don't think that looks... That's not terrible. I think we can deal with this. The redwood... I mean, that is quite a bit of just the one block type. Do we have something else I could use in place if I wanted to get... We do. That would be a lot darker, though. Netherrack is definitely more of an... Because we have netherrack, which is definitely darker. Yeah, that's because you never talk in my chat, Plum. That's why. It's definitely very dark. You do sometimes, I guess. I think the dripstone to do this creamer color, this creamy-ish color is fine. But what am I doing for this orange? I think... Because I don't really have a whole lot I compare. Like, this is fairly saturated as far as orange colors go. Oh, you know what I can do? I'm really hurting over here for... When you hear it again on the TV, well, tune me out in the office, obviously. Wear headphones. I don't know. I don't have a good fix. Mangrove exists. It's still very red, but that's not bad. That's crimson, which is definitely still more pink. Sure, just pink logs. Okay. That's my wife. Plum and I are married. I'm pretty sure we're not siblings. Redwood. Red terracotta, mangrove, and netherrack. I guess we got mangrove pupils. We should. So I think mangrove and netherrack, if we just make it red instead of the orange here, with the terracotta, with the dripstone as a base, I think that would be kind of great. I am going to get rid of this real quick. Shrink. And the reason I did that is I can't teleport with my roof on. That could be cute. I think so. So we have the netherrack and the mangrove. Since we also have not just this, but we can straight up do like mangrove bonded bricks and kind of stuff. And then of course, this drip slate is going to be that cream color that we see here for the first story. So the second story is going to be kind of a mix of these. And then the roof is going to be the Ozarene. And I'm probably going to do the Ozarene stairs alongside... These are just cut, not polished. I actually don't have to be scared of these. Because that line doesn't exist like it does for polished. Oop. Hey, I did make you a drink, you're correct. With the warped as kind of highlights, I think that's it. I think this might be the play. Wait, what did Spook do? You can always redeem it and find out. Yeah. Should really get some mangrove, even if it's a bit annoying. I don't know how create mangrove farms work, but I'm excited for that. Oh, I got to do one quick thing. Anyways, welcome back, Black Knight. That's what Spook does. It spooks me. I needed to send something. I gotta ask that guy a question. It might also not like the fact that, like, when people lurk for like an extended period of time. I'm not 100% sure. I don't 100% sure know what's happening, like, but I am going to be running updates and everything like that this weekend. I hope I should have time to work on my stream setup. All right, so granted, this one had 2 windows, but I think instead we're going to do a window like that, except for nope. I think that's the size. I think that's the size we want. Which means I can just quickly clone this. I regret everything. There we go. What did Maze mess up? I know where I messed up. It's because I'm super duper smart. You're the only one who lurks for long. No, that's not true. I got 10 viewers. Almost all of you guys are lurking for the entire length of the stream. I think I have just 3. Just 3 tall? Just 3 tall. So 1 3 tall window. I don't know if I'm making this tall enough. Like, I'm trying to balance between like big and going too bloody big. But this is only this first story, and then we're gonna do another one up top. So what we might do is go ahead and just do. Yeah, we'll go ahead and do the double windows here, like in the reference image, and then the next story up with the mangrove and netherrack. This is going to be trap doors for the bottom of that walkway that's right there. There's like a... Oh, actually, I think I messed up with this. This goes up and over. This should actually probably be even with these towers. At least put it right there. What kind of trapdoors do we have for birch? We have this. How does that look? Oh, that's too bright. Oak might be the fix, though. it would be heavy oak and solid oak. I think solid oak is going to be what I'm going to go for. Yes. Every stream, you just don't do the alert commit. That's true. That's true and factual. This is how we game our paltry, what do you call it? Advertising revenue. That's how you do it. I might need to figure out a different color for this, because this, I don't know if trapdoors are going to work there. That's going to turn into slabs. I don't like that. I think trapdoors are fine for little things. I don't think it's going to work for this. Now, granted, I don't think I can do dripstone. I don't think I can do dripstone slabs. I can only do like full blocks. Oh my goodness, I can do dripstone slabs because of the create mod. Oh snap! Look at you. Ooh, that's going to be helpful. Looking nice? I agree. Thank you. And all I have to do is like noise that up with something like this. And once we start getting some like trim and some details, I think that'll look nicer. Getting anything thinner than that's would be a nightmare though. I don't know, we may or may not have this balcony on the top. May or may not. We'll see. Let's see. I've got this. And pushed back here, we do another 2 windows and a door. Okay, so I have to reduce that by quite a bit. Might just not be able to do... Oop. Yeah. Holy frog. You just fell asleep? Not a problem. That's the music's fault. It's not at all because I'm just boring. Alright, how's that looking? Especially from down here. My voice is angelic? Well, thank you. Oh, I see. I mean, that's just this first story. I might try to find something else to change besides just a deep slate. I like that I'm able to use it, but we might look for a different block as we build up. But let's just keep going for the shape right now. That's 6 high. Might be about the time we can start adding in our own little things. I kind of like lean it more into the town itself. This is just reference. It's not exactly what I'm building anyways. I am going to go ahead and get rid of this. I don't think I'm going to be able to do a big, like, rounded one. I don't think that's going to happen. Oop. How'd I do it over there? Did I do? No, I did not. Not replace, not force. Fast place. Okay, let's see. Do it like that. Then what I can do is just bring this out like this. Do that, do that. Or leave it like this. And then something will go there to bring it up there. Down the smear. Smear that all the way across. Okay. Yeah, you have a great time, Frogdolph. Have a great time. Have a great stream. You as well. Have fun. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Easy enough to bring it back down. Thank you for the lurk. 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. I think that's fine. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. me turn that to the polished ones, but I don't think that's that bad. Bit of a twist, but honestly, that adds a lot of detail. I'm okay with that. Cool. Okay. Trim notwithstanding. I do think this whole thing right here should probably go up one more. One more. Not more? I feel like once I get the front done, like most of the back is just going to be kind of basic, especially since it's pushed up against the back of this cliffside and everything. I don't need it to be super duper super large. Oh, that's what I'm missing though. This. That's why this is looking a little messed up to me though, because this should be up here. Let's remove this. Let's do... that, and then we're gonna turn this into one big window since we don't have the what am I trying to say? What happens if I extrude them? Are these all connecting enough? I don't think they are. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I think this is just going to become one bigger window. I kind of wanted to sit taller than these. So we're going to leave that for right this second. I guess the big question is, do we like this for the height? It's kind of like what I have over there. Because then all of this becomes roof. This becomes more tower for about, what, 2, if not 3 or 4. It's mostly tower. So do I want to like double this whole height or something? Glenn! Hello, hello. Welcome to the stream. How are you doing today? Got me just as I'm trying to figure out how I want to do. I'm using the windows as a quick way to measure out. So you see 1 floor, 2 floor, 3, and 4. That would be very tall. I mean, these roofs here are pretty tall, so that's not the worst. How are you in the other half? We're doing great. We're mostly just keeping busy. We're happy the weather's finally warming up. All right, so that first window, a second, that's where the clock is, and then the roof. First window, clock. So I think to stick closer to our reference image is about that tall, and then the roofs reach about as tall as an entire floor. That still stands pretty tall against everything, though. And we know we can noise it up, make it add some texture, making that look terrible. Well, I think this is a start. I don't... Oh, that is one thing. It does look like for this, it goes up another block. We're looking at the reference image. Go ahead and bring this all up one more block. Then there's like a there's like a half floor. So how about we shrink this back down? I was afraid of that. Okay, and then we have like a little one, like a little mini half floor almost for these others, which is probably because this is like a larger second floor with bigger bay windows. So if I do a kind of let the window help me define the shape here. Excuse me. Oh, I see that I have ads happening in like 5 minutes, which is about my 3-hour mark. Which means it's about 6 here. So I know Glenn just popped in. Love to see you here, but most of my viewers are either gone or lurking anyway. So I think I'm going to go ahead and call it here. I don't think I'm going to raid today. But I like where we're at. We've made a lot of progress here. We've got all this wall built out, like planned out. We've destroyed and planned out an entire dock. We've got this huge bridge that we're thinking of maybe an airship dock. That's a cool idea. We might do that. We got this smaller bridge for a few minutes. Sorry about that. You came in just for me to leave. But I like to try to leave before those ads. So I'm not just squeezing them in for no reason. And all down here, this is going to become housing, kind of like a factory place as well. We got more housing and craftsman stuff up here. I think this little town that we're putting together is really coming together. And we've kind of got a start of this big manor that can help balance out the size of this huge thing, which is going to become mostly empty, but it's going to be a place where like townspeople would come for all of their issues and like town-related stuff. This is a really thin manor for how tall it is, and that's kind of ridiculous, but well, we'll see if we can't make it work. It might still work. Who knows? Oh, yeah, we'll come back to it next week because tomorrow's the anniversary for the Artisan Collective, so we're gonna have some fun on the AC tomorrow, and then I'm off on Thursday, and I don't know what I'm doing Friday yet. But yeah, all right, everyone, thanks for hanging out as long as you have, and I'll catch you on the next stream tomorrow. Make sure to be there.